Picture this: two people sitting at the same dinner table. Same food, same portions, same choices. But one will leave feeling light, energized, and at peace. The other will leave feeling heavy, regretful, and trapped in a cycle they cannot break. The difference? Just 20%. What if I told you that the Japanese have been using this 20% rule for over 2,500 years to unlock not just physical health, but mental clarity, emotional freedom, and a profound sense of inner peace? What if the secret to breaking free from anxiety, stress, and the endless chase for more was hiding in plain sight on your dinner plate? This is not about dieting. This is not about restriction. This is about liberation. This is Hara Hachi Bu, and it will change everything you thought you knew about eating, living, and finding peace in a world that never stops demanding more. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you will see your relationship with food, your body, and your mind in a completely different light. Chapter 1. The Tale of Two Lives. Let me introduce you to two people. We will call them Kenji and Hiro. Kenji and Hiro grew up in the same neighborhood in Okinawa, Japan. They went to the same schools, ate the same traditional foods, and had similar dreams. But somewhere along the way, their lives took drastically different paths. And it all started with one simple decision at the dinner table. Kenji learned something from his grandmother that would shape his entire existence. She would say, "Hara Hachi Bu," which means eat until you are 80% full. Every meal, without fail, Kenji would stop eating before he felt completely stuffed. At first, it felt uncomfortable. His mind would scream, "Just one more bite, you are still a little hungry." But he trusted the ancient wisdom. Over the years, something remarkable happened. Kenji noticed he had more energy after meals instead of feeling sluggish. His mind felt sharper. His emotions felt more stable. He was not chasing the next meal out of desperation, but rather approaching food with respect and mindfulness. He began to notice this practice was not just about food. It was about knowing when enough was enough in every area of his life. Kenji did not overwork himself into exhaustion. He did not overcommit to social obligations that drained him. He did not overspend on things he did not need. He lived with intention, with balance, with peace. He slept deeply. He woke up refreshed. He moved through life with a lightness that others could feel when they were around him. People would ask, "How do you stay so calm? How do you have so much energy?" And Kenji would smile and say, "I stop at 80%. Hiro, on the other hand, took a different route. He ate until he was full. Every single time, he believed that if food was there, it should be consumed. Waste not, want not, right? But what started as a simple habit at the dinner table began to bleed into every other part of his life. Hiro worked until he was completely drained. He said yes to every opportunity, every invitation, every commitment, until he had no time or energy left for himself. He chased more money, more possessions, more validation. But no matter how much he achieved, it never felt like enough. There was always something missing, a gnawing emptiness that he tried to fill with more food, more work, more distractions. After meals, Hiro would feel heavy and tired. His stomach would ache. His mind would feel foggy. He would need a nap or a strong coffee just to function. Over time, his health began to decline. His stress levels skyrocketed. His relationships suffered because he was always irritable, always overwhelmed, always running on empty. Hiro looked at Kenji and wondered, how does he do it? How is he so at peace while I am constantly struggling? The answer was so simple, yet so profound. Kenji had learned the art of stopping at 80%. Hiro never did. Years passed. Hiro hit rock bottom. His body gave out. His relationships crumbled. He sat alone one evening, staring at an empty plate, feeling emptier than he had ever felt before. That is when he remembered something his grandmother used to say. The same thing Kenji's grandmother had taught him. Hara Hachi Bu. For the first time in decades, Hiro decided to try it, just once. He stopped eating before he was completely full. And in that moment of restraint, something shifted. He felt a tiny spark of control, a whisper of peace. It was not about the food. It was about the choice, the freedom to say, "This is enough." Chapter 2. The philosophy behind Hara Hachi Bu. So what exactly is Hara Hachi Bu, and why does it hold such transformative power? Hara Hachi Bu originates from the island of Okinawa, Japan, one of the 5 blue zones in the world where people live the longest, healthiest, and happiest lives. The phrase translates to "eat until you are 80% full," and it is a practice rooted in Confucian teachings that dates back over 2,500 years. But here is what most people miss. Hara Hachi Bu is not just about eating less. It is a philosophy of mindfulness, self-awareness, and intentional living. It is about recognizing the space between hunger and fullness and choosing to live in that space. It is about honoring your body's signals instead of overriding them with your mind's desires. The 20-minute rule science has caught up with ancient wisdom. Research shows that it takes approximately 20 minutes for your brain to register that your stomach is full. That means if you eat quickly and mindlessly, you will consume far more than your body actually needs before your brain even has a chance to say, "Okay, we are good." When you practice Hara Hachi Bu, you slow down, you chew intentionally, you pause between bites, you give your body time to communicate with your brain. And in that pause, you discover something powerful. You do not need as much as you thought you did to feel satisfied. But the true magic of Hara Hachi Bu reveals itself when you apply it beyond the dinner table. Think about it. How often do you push yourself to 100% in your work? In your relationships? In your commitments? How often do you say yes when your body and soul are screaming no? Living at 100% capacity all the time is unsustainable. It leads to burnout, resentment, and emptiness. But when you stop at 80%, you create space. Space for rest. Space for reflection. Space for joy. Space for the unexpected blessings that life wants to give you, but cannot reach you because you are too full, too busy, too overwhelmed. Hara Hachi Bu teaches you that enough is not a compromise. It is not settling. It is wisdom. It is freedom. Chapter 3. The psychological shift. Here's where things get even deeper. When you practice Hara Hachi Bu, you are training your mind in one of the most powerful skills a human being can develop, the ability to delay gratification. Every time you stop at 80%, you are telling your brain, "I am in control, not my impulses, not my cravings, not my fears of scarcity, me." And that control ripples out into every other area of your life. So many of us operate from a place of scarcity. We eat everything on our plate because we are afraid there will not be enough later. We hoard time, money, energy, opportunities, because we fear that if we do not grab everything now, we will miss out. But this mindset keeps us trapped in a cycle of anxiety and greed. Hara Hachi Bu flips this script. It teaches you to trust that there will be another meal, to trust that you do not need to consume everything right now to feel safe, to trust that stopping at 80% does not mean you are missing out. It means you are making space for something better. When you practice Hara Hachi Bu, you reclaim your power from external forces. You stop letting food control you. You stop letting work control you. You stop letting other people's expectations control you. You become the author of your own life, making conscious choices instead of reacting on autopilot. And that, my friend, is where true inner peace lives. Not in having more, but in knowing when you have enough. Chapter 4. How to practice Hara Hachi Bu. So how do you actually implement this ancient practice into your modern life? It is simpler than you think, but it requires intention. Step 1. Slow down. Put down your phone. Turn off the TV. Sit at a table. Make eating a sacred act, not a mindless task you do while scrolling through social media. Chew slowly. Taste your food. Notice the textures, the flavors, the way your body responds. Step 2. Check in. Halfway through your meal, pause. Ask yourself, am I still hungry or am I just eating out of habit? How does my body feel right now? This check-in is crucial. It brings you back into your body and out of your racing mind. Step 3. Stop at 80%. This is the hardest part, especially in the beginning. Your mind will resist. It will say, but there is still food left, but it tastes so good. But what if I get hungry later? Acknowledge those thoughts, but do not let them control you. Trust the process. Stop before you feel completely full. Leave a little space. Step 4. Wait 20 minutes after you finish eating. Wait 20 minutes before deciding if you need more. 9 times out of 10, you will realize you are perfectly satisfied. Your body just needed time to catch up with your brain. Step 5. Extend the practice. Once you master Hara Hachi Bu with food, apply it everywhere else. Stop working at 80% capacity so you have energy left for the things that truly matter. Say yes to 80% of your commitments so you have space for spontaneity and rest. Give 80% in conversations so you have 20% left to truly listen. This is not about holding back. This is about sustainability. This is about living a life you do not need to escape from. Chapter 5. The Ripple Effect. When you embrace Hara Hachi Bu, you do not just transform your relationship with food. You transform your entire existence. You become more present, more mindful, more grateful. You stop chasing and start appreciating. You stop consuming and start savoring. You stop filling voids and start creating space for joy. Your body thanks you. Your mind clears. Your emotions stabilize. You sleep better. You wake up with energy. You move through life with a sense of ease that others can feel. And here is the most beautiful part. Your peace becomes contagious. People around you start asking, what is different about you? You seem so calm, so centered, so free. And you get to share this ancient wisdom with them. Hara Hachi Bu is not just a personal practice. It is a gift you give to the world. Because when you stop living at 100% capacity all the time, you make room for others. You become a better friend, a better partner, a better parent, a better human. So here is my challenge to you. Tonight at your next meal, practice Hara Hachi Bu just once. See what happens. Notice how your body feels. Notice how your mind responds. Notice the space that opens up when you choose enough over excess. And if you want to go deeper, if you want to continue exploring ancient wisdom that can transform your modern life, subscribe to Zen Mindset. Hit that bell icon so you never miss a video. Because we are not just talking about philosophy here. We are talking about practices that can change the trajectory of your entire life. Remember Kenji and Hiro? You get to choose which path you take. You get to decide whether you will live from a place of scarcity and excess or from a place of mindfulness and sufficiency. The power is in your hands, or rather, it is on your plate. Hara Hachi Bu. Eat until you are 80% full. Live until you are 100% free. This is Zen Mindset. Welcome to the journey.